game for the Cedars FC team after a successful week so far, sitting at 2-1 in MWPL standings. The Jaguars come in, no losses suffered this season, 1-0-2 on the year. And they have been really good coming off of their finish last year, trying to build on top of that. MWPL play, Great Lakes East matchup. And it will be the Jaguars that will start us off here. Cedars FC had a great home game a few weeks ago when they took down Legends FC by a score of 2-0. And as we get ready to go, it'll be the two teams currently battling out here early in the season atop the get ready to go, and we are off here from Fordson High School. The Jaguars will control the open and try and set up here, as we've seen in the past with these teams, often the first few minutes feeling the game out, and that's certainly what the Jaguars have been able to do with a couple of stalemates so far this year. 2 ties to their credit as they try and extend it here early. To the MDA Lions, that was a 2-2 tie, and then to Futsal Academy, a 1-1 tie. Their only win in their 3 matchups so far, Oakland County FC, they won that score 2-0. Cedars FC, their victories came against Legend FC and then against Futsal Academy in a barn burner. 5-4 the final score in that game. Their lone loss came to a sneaky favorite contender here in this conference, and that was FC Pontiac. A 2-0 win for FC Pontiac on the road for Cedars FC. They wear the home white kits today with the pink accents and a little glisten in the rain and lights here at Fordson. And to the Jaguars, the Michigan Jaguars FC, they wear the traditional color kit, green, their primary color. First foul of the day. Cedars was able to be patient last time and wait for the skill to come to them. They took advantage of some quick motion and movement as they work on the outside and back into the middle part. There's another foul that will be called. We'll set up just outside the box on the right wing side, that flank. Sent back in and just knocked back out. Cedars keeps control back into the middle. It is going to be a consistent rain the entire game here tonight. The area is in a flood watch, but no thunderstorm, severe weather. It's just rain, rain, rain. As the Jaguars try and advance forward. They got a couple of guys with some speed and quick ball touch up, and then nearly pushed away and then taken back over inside the box. There's Evan Mazarek, who has to come out and make his first running grab of the day. It's been good for this team in between the posts. Looking from the middle to the outside, Cedars FC quickly getting around with Alshar. Let it roll and linger onto the foot as they get around and bring it back into their defensive half before pushing forward. Something they like to do. Play small ball and then find open space. The Jaguars have been willing to use space, and they'll take a shot here with the cross and just behind the leading man. Doesn't roll out. Momentum stops just enough. That's something that these players will keep and we'll keep tabs on, but it is we already talked about it before, but this is a slick surface already, just naturally, even in scorching hot weather, this turf plays very slick. And you add the component of rain, and suddenly it is a slippery pad. Saw a couple of guys lose their footings during warm-ups, but were able to recover. Turnover gives it back to Cedars. They'll try and push forward. And Shar gets it back over to the middle with O'Day. Barjar had it for a moment. Jaguars take it right back. Hanging around midfield to start as we're about 5 minutes into the contest. Big man has it, puts on a couple of moves, can't split the defenders, passes out. Good slide to get that ball back in possession. A lot of arm tugging on that touch line before it finally makes its way over it. We'll have a throw in. Rain is starting to pick up here early. We'll have the lights on for this entire game. We would have had to get the lights on at some point anyway, but the rain has picked up over the course of the first 6 minutes of play. Another one knocked out. Just inside of 18, and the Jaguars get it right back. Looking from 30 yards out. Knocked back in. With the World Cup going on, it was a lot of commotion and commentary from the teams during their warm-up. Everybody took in the England game that happened earlier, and one of the games that seemingly gets all the eyes glued to it. Took down Croatia. A couple other games getting ready to start up there for that tournament. But here in Michigan, this is the matchup of the day. Trying to find the seam, does. It's on the left flank, cross back into the middle, knocked away. This will turn into a corner, first one of the game. It'll be from that right side for the keeper. Past games, it's taken a while until we've been able to see a corner, but here we get one early for Cedars. First chance. Just crosses the face and goes out. We'll see a goal kick. Player down for Jaguars, and they're gonna summon the trainer maybe. Instead, they'll slowly walk off, and that will take the trainer. Incredibly, there was some early conversation about this game, but without the thunderstorms in the area, he can play forth with the turf field. He obviously can hold as much water as you need. Able to get up on his own power. And that will allow us to get back underway as we get what has become known as the hydration break during the big matches. Get it a little earlier than those. You can hear it. Some of the fans were able to trek their way through the weather in support of their team, and they are here and they are loud. Horn echoes throughout the stadium. We're back underway. 0-0 as we're 10 minutes through. Cedars tries to take a shot through the hole. And back in as the Jaguars will reset. Another one. Chip back into the attack and then knocked out. Here's a throw-in. Quick touches before they're able to get it back and hang on to it. Just outside that arc, now moving back towards midfield. Look for the Jaguars coming up, forcing Cedars back to try and find that opening. Slow roller gets chipped back into the middle. And a fastball through some legs back in and lost. Jaguars get it at midfield. They'll head in. 4-2-3-1. Is the setup for Cedars FC. Jaguars work around. That one's just out of the reach. Had a good look to try and open up from the back half of the attacking third and just had a little bit too much skid on it. That's something that you'll have to deal with here today, and certainly we've already seen it have an impact. The rain not getting any lighter. Trying to escape. Long ball left up, and it's going to roll just in front and then be brought back in for the keeper to hang on to. Hamad. We've seen make some impactful plays this season and continuing on his way. He's one of those deep threats. It's going to be knocked out. It will stay with Cedars. They don't mess around either on those throw-ins. They'll get them in quick. Don't try and set up too much. You can do more with it on the turf. Jacob Walther, one of the center backs today. Play on, or grabby on the outside, and working from that flank back into the middle, just a little too far in front, and we'll get a goal kick. Not lightening up. That would be part of our storyline the entire day because it has already wreaked some havoc. Cedars FC, that are the reigning division champ, and Michigan Jaguars, they were third in the division last year, and the experts on the line saying this could be a great year for this squad. Left foot shot. Mazarek dives to his left and gets the stop. First shot of the game for either team. He's right on target too. Just Mazarek able to make himself big, and now Cedars FC will go the other way. That back line got right in line immediately, and there's another foul. Too aggressive of a challenge. And the third foul on the Jaguars today. Looks like Alashar will take the shot here. Lofts it in, goes right out, punched out by the keeper. And Cedar stays with it, and a couple guys up from that back line. They'll reset it back in before looking for an opening. believe that's Jagaurs, number 34. Oh, he might be wearing 24. We got a couple 24s listed, and there's a quick one over and into the back of the net for the Jaguars. They'll take the early lead. Goal comes with a little bit of punishment too. I didn't see if it was or not, so as we settle in, the referee will head over to check on the injury. With him off the field, they'll let him walk off around. So that will get us back underway. It looks like they'll play down a man. Will the Jaguars. Cedars FC will get it back. So an early 1-0 lead to open the scoring. Goal coming in the 16th minute. Minutes have gone by. Saw the Jaguars wanting to take some chances early and dump and chase. Worked here just moments ago. Wanted a handball, don't get it. There's another one for it. Long ball, and Mazarek will come out and just knock it away. Challenge to get that ball back. A second challenge is going to be called as a foul. We'll let that sub come on. And a second if they can get it in time. Will come on for the Jaguars, and we'll wait for this free kick to launch. Three-step drop. Angled in but doesn't get through the wall of one. Stuck out into the middle. Another one's slid over to the left side. Kept in, but no. It had gone over the full touch line, and that will give it back to the Jaguars. The aggressive look to go on a run. Denied by a slick turf. You can kind of see it in certain areas. It's starting to puddle on the track here at Fordson. That's a good indicator of how much it has been raining. Really non-stop since about 6:30 is when it really got going. It was a light drizzle, but it has not stopped. It's only gotten heavier since then. It was on and off from about 4:30, and depending on the area you were in here in southeast Michigan. Downriver dirtbag area, if you will. We're seeing the on-off showers up this way, maybe a little bit more consistent. Typically it works out that way. So system moving from Chicago. Cedars FC trying to move the ball in. It was just long, just a couple of those Hail Marys haven't connected like they have in the past. Only one real chance so far for Cedars, but consistent pressure, and albeit down a goal. A small area game, guts it around. Right to left foot, still on the right foot, foot back out of the 18, and kept alive by Cedars, way away from the box now. Chipped into the middle. In at that penalty mark area, and then Jaguars just a desperation clear. Cedars keeping the blanket on top. Getting around. Cross is a little late, tad late, and it went out. So a throw in instead. And I'll mention it, it's going to sound like a broken record today, but it's an important facet to know. Rain has picked up once again. Header, put on the foot and then sent back. Mazarek has to give chase, and I don't know. Cedars might have touched that last, and it looks like they did. Here comes the first corner for the Jaguars. They absolutely did. It was just at the last moment off of the back line, and Mazarek couldn't get to it in time. So first corner for the Jaguars, and it's going to get a little discombobulated for a moment before they're able to keep it in. Right with the apron. One bounces through, but it's going to be slow enough. Mazarek easily able to gather. Seeing it now, some of the fans also made the smart decision. They wanted to be at the game. So some of them stayed in their car in the parking lot. A couple others made their way under some trees. And then you have the brave soldiers that are bracing the stands on both the home and road side. Ball up. Sent back to the middle. Jaguars intercept again. Cedars thought about stepping up, not able to, and there go the men in green. Over to that left side, trying to bring it back into the middle. Crosses in time, shot in. Mazarek pushes it away. Header back in. Nobody was home, and it's the second goal away for Jaguars FC. They take an early 2-0 lead. Tic-tac-toe into the back of the net. And the header was perfect. Nobody could stop it. '25th minute. It was a crossover, and then the shot punched away by Mazarek, but not punched out over the net. Punched straight back into the direction of the goal scorer for the Jaguars. It's 2-0. Cedars in an early deficit against this team that has been, no pun intended, climbing their way up the mountains like their namesake does in the wild. That's the success they're trying to build off of, that third place finish yesterday. You taste the sense of growth. You want more and more of it. Second corner is a line drive for Cedars. Second home game of the year for the Cedars FC team. Chase back, and that's Staba who's going to get to it. As they work around and lift it up, trying to get it over to one of their playmakers this year at Hamad. He's there. Is he onside? He is. But it was still just too long. There's something to be said. We've seen Cedars in the past. They've taken really long chances. And it equated to some offsides that you're not necessarily going for. There are a couple of them that there was an argument to be had. You'd love to have some VAR for it. I think have the technology in place for the offside judge. But even then, by this point, a few weeks ago, they had already had 2 or 3. Today, nobody has gone too far. Reeled it back in. That was also very early in the season. Of course, first game of the year. Guys still meshing together, even though they carried over a lot from the previous side, or from the previous year. They still got to get back into the team order, and that's something they've been able to do well. As it's shown today, down by 2. And we'll see our first subs for Cedars here in a moment after the foul. 4th one of the day for the Jaguars. Arching in and back out. There's the keep in, a header and a challenge for it up, and punched away for a moment, then headed out. No, it stays in. Now it's finally out for the Jaguars. Cedars going to try and push around. They get around the man, but get called for the grab around the waist. They're going to send subs on. Keeps picking up here. Starting to come down pretty good. Appreciate you sticking with us. And our crew who's battling the elements. Ahmad with it. Gets around the defender. Now 2 takes the shot off his left foot, corralled by the keeper. 15 minutes left to work here in this first half of play. So it hit off the Jaguars last, so they'll get ready to throw in. movement. Back to the outside. Staba with it. Son Wide is the one who's chasing after it. He put on the captain's band when he came in, taking off around Ode. Kick out and into the middle part of the field, right in the center circle. Around. Down and on that right side, an area that has led to some success so far for the Jaguars as they give it up here. But go right on that attack to try and get it back. Throw in for the Jags. Nice play to knock it off the shin, get a possession back, and the throw in slipped out of his hands, so they will allow a makeup, a little mulligan, if you will. First half of play, 2-0 the score here at Fordson High School. Cedars FC taking on the Michigan Jaguars FC. Entire Point Image crew. Matt Kibbe with you here on We Are Soccer. Battling the rainy elements, not going anywhere. It will be a steady cloud. A gray, dark cloud above us this entire way. Lights already on here in Fordson. They were on when we arrived at 6:30 with the rest of the guys as they began their warm-up. 7:30 start today, a little later than some other games on the schedule, with it being a weekday game. Two-game week to home game week for Cedars FC. They'll take on Futsal Academy on Saturday. There's the long ball. Too long in front. A game on Saturday, a 7 o'clock start. Get off an arm, they'll play on. Staba was there. There's the open, but it's going to be offside. Right on cue after we talked about it earlier. That's the first offense. It was from Papa Masardian. A couple of those. He's the one that likes to get way out and stretch the limit of that back line, and it sometimes goes over that limit. Miscommunication, just a light tap back instead for the Jaguars, and they'll try and get it on the outside. They'll have to let this one roll away, too far away. As Zarek gets it back in. Give it back over. Zarek will come out to stop it. Keep the pace going here as Cedars FC will bring it up. Pressure finally comes, and they'll look for the area ball to get it around. Through that triangle space. Home run again, just out of the reach of Hamad. Going back down and then sent back into the middle, still looking for that opening, and finds the foot of a Jaguar who begins to put on the moves before settling back and trying to push forward with a little bit of help from his teammates. Pushing and shoving as it goes over the touchline. Throw in from the Jaguars. Another one through. Onside play. Knocked away, not over the line, so play through and play on with Jake Walther, who stepped up on that back line to prevent a good chance. Still a throw in here for the Jaguars. And as Eric will banana peel around. Before they'll settle around and work through it, but it kind of retreats for a moment, gives a little bit more space than I think what Cedars was expecting. They'll take advantage of it, launch it down. They're not going after it before it's pushed out by the Jaguars.
دفاعنا تعبين. بس ليك والله في لعبات حلوه عم يلعبوها بس حرام هون الجولان اخطاء. اخي حرام عم نلعب احسن منهم يعني ليه بس مرات
Everybody. Just about 6.5 minutes left to go in this first half of play. They're going to back up. That's been a point of emphasis across all levels and divisions, is throwing in from the proper spot. So referees have been instructed to back people up when they try and take advantage of a few yards. Sound like another big rock hauler behind us. Not supposed to be thunderstorms, just supposed to be consistent heavy rain, but so often in Michigan, as most of you know, it's a little bit of everything, and anything can happen at any moment. Ball up for Ahmad, gets through for a moment, can't hang on to it. He'll split some defenders trying to find a chance. Still gets it back and having possession. Incredible dribbling skills to get it back, and then it's just launched out by the Jaguars. Here's a chase for it. Rub off on each other to get that ball back. It's Cedars who has it. Trying to look for any momentum to take the side of the ball. Wind gusts starting to play a factor here on some of the tents that are covering over the benches. We were expecting gust of, what do we say, about 60 miles per hour. And certainly starting to see some of those here as we approach halftime.
جول.
It's going to float over and in. Another one finds the back of the net for the Jaguars, just over the head of Evan Mazarek, who came out and couldn't get a good judgment on the hop over for their second win of the season and to remain unbeaten. One win, no losses, 2 ties on the year for the Jaguars. Back to the side, and then right as the Cedars was looking for the momentum, it's taken right back, and kind of a gut-wrenching blow in the first half. Not the first half you're used to seeing from this team. Crazy things have happened. They've already played in a 9-goal affair last week against Fordson. 5-4 the win for Cedars FC. Two minutes and change left in the first. Ahmad heads it down to himself. Doesn't have any help with the double team kind of immediately on him. And we'll see our third corner of the day for Cedars. Cleared away by the Jags. It's going to roll all the way to midfield and over the touchline, so we'll see a throw in here with under 2 to go now. Like to take any momentum you can if you're Cedars. Bara Safi. That back line working for his team. It's the captain said Farjar who got in, and that's going to be a goal kick. It was last touched by white jersey, so we'll see the goal kick. And with a minute left to go in the first half, no reason to do much more if you're the Jaguars. Take the big lead and you can let it count off.
His position is
Kept in. Big lead. They'll try and take it to half here. Chance of pushing forward. The turnover will give Cedars one last push if they want it. 30 seconds or so. To the left side, step up, and here's a chance if the Jaguars want it instead, they'll push forward. 15 seconds left to go on the clock. Way out, the shot blocked in front. Jaguars still have it, 10 seconds and counting. Now all the way down to 5. And that's going to run out on the first half. They'll hang on to it and push it away. And they'll play on here with all the injuries as well. So all the extra injuries as well. Lead to some time and don't want to stop the push for the Michigan Jaguars. We had 2 players go down in this first half for an extended time. And there was an offside. First offside for the Jaguars today. And so hearing the call out last minute from the referee, the challenge is clean. And the other side as well. Lifted over, trying to stay with it. Staba, and then it's launched away.
بيمشي الحال.
Extra time here in the first half of play. As it knocked away, throw in coming. Into the middle and then knocked away. Another one looked up and the Jaguars hold possession. They'll launch it forward again and go on the chase. This time it will be shaved off by the back line. That's Walther, who sees it go over that back touch for a goal kick. And they'll get it right back in and underway. Referee checking his watch as we move forward. And that's going to be just out of the stretch. We've seen that plenty of times today for Cedars FC, just too far out in front, whether it's just a miscued ball or if the slick turf has taken it and skidded it away. But just the connecting flights aren't there. Not out of the ordinary for the Detroit area. Into the center, just outside the 18, launched through and over. Keep pushing here in this first half of play. Throw in for the Jaguars. Let's try and launch it hyper-extended the leg to at least knock it down. Did a Jaguar, and then it came all the way back, and it's Cedars FC who has it. Another throw in. Move quickly back in to the middle. Aggressive back pick essentially. Challenge misses. Jaguars over. Touch through. They'll slide it around the defender for a moment and then arch it into the left side flank before it's intercepted. Going the other way. Hit off the official, and he's going to have to call a drop ball. He had just gotten in the way of it and deflected it back, so good call from the official to know where he was at. Used the drop ball, and now the Jaguars get it back anyway. Wrapping up the first half here. Got around and just out of the stretch. Put a little bit too much on it forward. On that dribble, and it came all the way over that touchline. Cedars gets it back. And they'll blow the whistle for halftime here at Fordson High School. A commanding lead for the Michigan Jaguars. 3-0 the score here on We Are Soccer. We'll be right back for the second half of action between the Michigan Jaguars and Cedars FC.
Detroit, Canton, Dearborn, Dearborn Heights. Everything you need. You can shop online at papayaexpress.com.
Hi, Brooks. We're at our favorite store, Soccer World in Rochester. We're just gonna do some light shopping. Okay. Nothing big. Ooh, pretty colors. Oh, and one of these too?
Ooh, Germany. Nate would like this.
Hey, Brooks, look at all these. Look what I got.
Club America. Ooh, wow, that's not MLS. Ugh.
Socks? No.
Ooh, a ball pump. Next in line.
Sir, you're next.
Right. That's a mannequin, you know that.
Huh?
It's a mannequin.
Oh. Sorry, sir.
Craig, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Huh? Change tempo, yes, drop out, good. Yes, touch play, right foot, yes. Scan, good. Touch in, play, drop your hip, right, yes, good scan. Yes. Jay, well done. Good side on touch. Play, see it, yes.
What? And I'm gonna give you one opportunity because we're friends. Winner!
Who gives a shit about where the ball's been?
Yeah, F him. They went from loving this guy, best move ever, to hating him.
I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
I love it because it tells you how the game was played.
There's nowhere for him to go. I think there's one place.
You can't do that in the national team. Do I look like I'm freaking kidding?
He does things that are absolutely insane.
Successful and sexy? No. It wasn't aggravating at times? Yes.
Sorry,
That's not very fair.
It's not about being fair.
Welcome to the greatest soccer show ever.
Dearborn, Detroit, Canton, Dearborn, Dearborn Heights. Everything you need. You can shop online at papayaexpress.com.
All right, Brooks, we're at our favorite store, Soccer World in Rochester. We're just gonna do some light shopping. Nothing big. Ooh, pretty colors. Oh, and one of these too?
Ooh, Germany. Nate would like this.
Hey, Brooks, look at all these. Look what I got.
South America. Ooh. Wow, that's not MLS. Ooh.
Socks? No.
Ooh, a ball pump.
Next in line.
Sir, you're next.
Right. That's a mannequin. You know that.
Huh?
It's a mannequin.
Oh. Sorry, sir.
Craig, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Huh? Tempo, yes, yes, drop out, good. Yes, touch play, right foot, yes. Scan, good. Touch in, play, drop your hip, right, yes, good scan. Yes. Jay, well done. Get side on touch. Play, see it, yes.
Welcome back to Fordson High School here as we get ready for the second half of this Midwest Premier League matchup between Cedars FC and Michigan Jaguars FC. A little bit of delay waiting for the officials to get back out, trying to stay in the dry locker room as long as they could, and they certainly were able to do that. Two teams waited about 2 minutes or so for them to get out and finish off halftime. So after the first half, it was a barrage from the Jaguars. 3 goals after an extended first half due to some injuries. Played a little bit of extra time. We'll see how this second half fares. There is a, looking at the radar at halftime, it had lightened up moments before we had the final whistle of the first half, and during halftime we took a look at the radar up here in the press box, and there is a storm of brewing on the way towards Fordson High School. We are right in the middle, and thunder starting to roll by the area, so we'll keep an eye on the official. And you know, when there's thunder, there has to be lightning, so as we adjust to the surges here at Fordson, the rain is pelting everybody. Cedars FC has been pelted the most, going scoreless in the first half and giving up 3 on their own end. A couple of weird sequences for the goals. It's starting to go sideways. We have a couple windows open. It's starting to get in here and pelt us. We're gonna back them up. A couple of the brave souls that are still in the stands. I'm counting them up. There is a handful of people that have maintained their status in the stands, and that's one of the things you often do, right? If you got the umbrella and you sit down, you don't get up. You're already in a dry spot, as dry as you can possibly be. Here the Jaguars trying to launch one up, and it'll go over the touchline, so we'll see a throw in, and the Cedars FC will get it back. Wind's starting to howl too. Those 60-mile-per-hour winds have been building. And you do wonder at what point will enough be enough for everybody. Obviously, you can try and play the full 41 and a half minutes that are left. Not saying we don't want to. We certainly do want to get every minute in, but with the way things are looking, it is going to be some very interesting styles here in the next coming of age. Ahmad tried to get around the defender. The Jaguars have done a great job of pushing off the chances that Cedars has tried to generate. Wind howling and the rain howling so much, none of the subs are even able to sit, and a couple guys have been tasked with holding on to the tents so they don't blow away. To the attack, they really have no need to. Up by 3, get it in transition, that it goes from 1 to 4 in a matter of seconds. But then once that chance is gone, they retreat back immediately and kind of park in the congested zone. Crossover, header just out of the reach for Papa Zordian. just out of the reach, and the goal kick goes out, so Cedars will get another chance. Jeb Shaw is the one who threw it in. Jaguars took it away. Onside play. A shot attempt through, and the 4th goal of the game for Jaguars FC. They have a commanding lead and no look in the rearview mirror. "4-0. Goal in the 51st minute. And Cedars now trails by 4. Here on home. Cuts the deficit to 3. In the just a minute later, the 52nd minute. He hit it off the keeper, was there to find it, wasn't able to hang on to it, was the Jaguars keeper, and it knocked back out just far enough away that Hamad could get to it and put it in the back of the net. Challenge, knocked up on the slide. All the way around, and a little misstep. Another throw in for Jaguars. This pride of 11 has played good. That was the first hiccup of the night. Everything else has been so sound. Man, but Cedars they're an explosive team. Takes away the clean sheet as well. Cedars did get shut out in one game, their lone loss. That was to FC Pontiac. 2-0. This would have been the second, but here early in the second half, able to find that answer and stop a string of 4 in a row the Michigan Jaguars have put up. Deep in the attacking third are the frontmen for Cedars FC. Cross, nobody home. Back out though. Right foot to the left foot of the outside flank. Cross back in, knocked over. It's going to turn into a corner. Fourth corner of the game for Cedars. Have not scored on one quite yet. See what style they elect for here. They have a man coming in short. Left foot loads up though on the right side for the corner. Long ball goes way over. Chase for it on the near side. Kept in on the touchline and then back in by Hamad before it rolls out. It will be another corner. It hit off of a Jaguar last, and it will be the fifth corner of the game for Cedars, this time from the opposite side. Hamad will take the corner here, chasing over. Sets up on the right foot. Elevates it enough, more of a line drive. Ricochet out to the 18. Lifted back up, looking for a header. Not there. Nobody home, and the Jaguars were able to knock it out. They get the clear on the corner, but Cedars has it at midfield. Just outside the circle. Long ball up, way out of his net, trying to lift it up, and it will be a save and hang for the Jaguars keeper. Just couldn't get a leg quick enough to it for Papa Masardia. Walther. They work around the home of the light. Showing, that's off the elbow. Back out for the rebound.
What a beauty.
Still have it inside the 18. Crossover. Who'd have hit off of last? It hit off of Jaguars, so it will be the sixth corner. Shot came from well outside, and it hit the elbow of the net, right where the crossbar meets the sidebar. Not trying to get around a couple, pushed out. And the throw will come from the Jaguars. After the two teams switch sides here for the second half. Jaguars, of course, in their color road kits, the all green, and then Cedars FC in the home white, but also shades of pink throughout the jersey. Starting to get in the midst of the heavy stuff, so worst not yet here. We're playing through some of it, but more on the way. Say that as I see the flag start to pick up. Wind gust expected to get over 60 miles per hour. Poked out. Still hanging on to incredible defense by the Jaguars today. They have not allowed Cedars FC to get anything going down in the attack. Cedars FC's best opportunities have come on those stretch balls that create the space, but other than that, the Jaguars have played shutdown defense. Now they'll have it reciprocated back as it rolls all the way out for a goal kick. $30 minutes and change on the clock left in the contest. It is 4-1 here on We Are Soccer. Our entire crew braving the weather. Happy to have you along with us. Cedars FC was able to finally respond. This is the first time here outside of the goal that we've seen a clear offensive chance for the Jaguars, and they're going to get their second corner of the game. Set it up with the right foot. They'll go quick in with an opening at the top corner of the 18 before it's knocked away. Cedars able to use light touches to get it out, and they'll go on a run. Back into the middle. Papa there. He'll get it in. Crossing into the attacking third. Looking for his options. He doesn't have many, and now they come in a shallow one. Doesn't get all of his strength on the cross pass, and it's knocked out by the Jaguars. That was his best option. It was his best play. He tried to make it and just couldn't get enough on it to get it to the other side of the pitch. Rubbed off and going the other way with the Jaguars.
No exceptions.
And the Jaguars were offside, so that's their second offense. Slightly hearing what the coach is saying, and there's a little bit of some coaching technique here. At one point saying, I know you're trying to slow the game down, but you don't want to get away from our system. And that possession is, coach deemed it was, is getting away from this system that has worked all day long. Commanding 3-goal lead. With how suffocating this back line has been, feels like more at this point in time. Back into the middle. Jaguars looking for an opening. Taken away. Taken away. They have to retreat back. Numbers even for Cedars on the attack. From that left side. Trying to get around a couple of defenders. Taken down, all ball. And then launched out by the Jaguars. Headed back in. Again, trying to create those chances. It almost rolled all the way away, but now Cedars is able to settle with it just outside of the attacking third. Cross into it. On that right flank, moving around. Trying to get around the defender. Shoved out, and it will be a goal kick. Good defense again from this Jaguar team. Wind just took the ball where it wanted to go. And it just knocked it down. That ball got knocked down about 15 yards than what it was supposed to go based on the arch. The wind howling here at Fordson. Almost getting to a point where there's no reason for the keepers to punt it or launch it out on any attempt because it's just going to get knocked down, and you can see it here. It turned in to a free kick for Cedars FC. They keep it on a line. Rolls all the way through, but there was a foul on the other end, so it's going to go back to the Jaguars. And the keeper learned. Skidded it across the turf. Turns into a great opportunity. Numbers coming. Numbers for the Jaguars, and it's knocked away. The lone defensive back got in the middle of it. Looked like it was Walther. And then it's headed out after the cross attempt, and Cedars will go the other way. Tripped up. No call. Didn't see it. I was on the ball, not away from it. Jaguars get it back around again. Jude. It was issued to a Jaguar away from the ball. So it must have been some jawing that took place that led to the yellow. Shot attempt using the face, Scott Sterling style, to knock it away. Ricochet after the clear. Jaguars keep it, have to step up. Cedars had to play more guys back with the pressing offense that is this Jaguars line. Ball on the field, so a ball boy will pick it up. Not a glorious job today. Normally those ball boys have a lot of fun, but not nearly as fun in the rain. Back in. Launched over to the right wing side. Settling with it. Left foot cross. Intercepted in the box. Back up and left. Little stutter to get to it. The Jaguars holding. Push from behind. They'll give the advantage and play on. Nothing given as we play through it. Cedars stayed away. Now the chance develops. The shot in goes wide and will roll all the way out. Goal kick coming here for Cedars. Wind picks up again. More howls. Back through and coming out to make the play is the keeper for the Jaguars. He'll throw this one in. Taken away by Cedars on the turnover, but given right back off of the ricochet. Back through. Slicing ball that almost found its way back. It was targeted for the backside post, and it almost curved its way all the way in. Mustaba was the one who took it. A couple of guys hunched over. Pace picked up for a moment there. As they finish up the substitutions. As we get back underway. Just under 21 minutes left. 4-1 our score. 2 goals here in the second half, 1 for each team. It was a 3-goal first half for the Jaguars. The one's going to roll over the goal line. It will be a corner. That's what the side referee is pointing to. Third corner of the game. That goes all the way over. Knocked out by Cedars. So another throw in here for the Jaguars, who are keeping that pace as slow as they can while still maintaining their sets. Back in, Cedars will take it away. They're going to launch it up. Needs a little bit of help. Splits 2 defenders. Nobody knew where it was going. The miscommunication gives it back to the Jaguars. Header back. Another one knocked down. Lift it up. Chance going. Quick dice over. Crossover. And it was past the Mazarek, but had too much muscle behind it for any other chance. So it just aimlessly goes beyond the goal, and it will be a goal kick going the other way. Cedars gets it back here. Starting to get to that point. You need to break this game into 3 parts where you score a goal. You have about 18 minutes left, so really once you get to that 5 minutes or 15 minutes left, you kind of got to break this game down into 5-minute segments, and you need to score a goal in each of them. If you're Cedars, you don't want to have to get to a point where you're pushing and trying to get 2 or 3 goals in a matter of 5 minutes. Yes, crazier things have happened, but still have to be aware of that. The Jaguars are going to want to bring in a new keeper. So they will send in a new keeper to finish out the remaining 17 or so minutes. So new keeper in. And right away, how it often goes, the ball finds you immediately. Foul called on Cedars this time. Chest over, and then through the center circle over to the right side. Or left side for the attack. Back in, that's offside. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. Way beyond the back line was Cedars, and 2 guys were really offside there, and they both would have been rung up for it, and they were. Second offside for Cedars in this game. Again, trying to, at this point, push this game forward. Knocked through. Cut back into the middle. Still have it. Right foot shot in the stretch from Mazarek. Almost out of his reach. But he just gets a fingertip on it and leads to the 4th corner of the game for the Jaguars. They get it in quickly and then take the shot that just goes wide. The wind, that was going to go over the goal line. The wind knocked it all the way back in, and the Jaguars got another shot, and that one does go over the goal line. Cedars run. Papa can't get a good pass over, and the advantage was called. So foul gets it back. Cedars puts it back into motion. They don't waste a whole lot of time on those free kicks. They'd rather just get into a groove. Let their attack go on these runs like this. Sheds off the defender for a moment. Puts it where nobody's at. Ricochet, though, gives it right back. Taking advantage of the shot. That one is through and into the back of the net from way downtown. The Cedars finds their second right on cue. Have to have a goal every 5 minutes or so to keep the same pace, and they do so flawlessly. Cut the lead in half. I believe it was Najeb Nashal who scored it. And we're dealing with all the weather and everything. Can, in some cases, be hard to see who has it and who took the shot. But it looked like Majed put it in. And Cedars has back-to-back goals. Line drive that just skidded on the turf and got past the keeper. Important to mention, it's a new keeper that's in. Came in with 17 minutes left in the contest, and first real shot he faced got by him. Back over. Cedars back on the attack, down by 2. This time knocked away by the Jaguars, not allowing any good looks. Crossover hit off of a Jaguar, now looking for an opening. Quick touch over to the right side, now back into the middle. Jaguar there, knocks it out. And then from the 18, able to push it back into the middle. They'll go on the search, and that's going to be a good challenge. The goal kick will come. Approaching 10 minutes left, so that second 5-minute segment. I already scored with just under 15 to go. Trying to do it again. This is a second-half surge after giving up the first 4 goals. Cedars has scored the last 2. Jaguar, though, rubbed off and gets it back in. And Cedars puts it onto the attack, and the Jaguars have brought back 8, in some cases 9, to help the defensive block. Trying to box everybody up, now all 10. Back in. Trying to take away as much space as possible. That's what Cedars likes to have. They're able to get around it for a moment. Hamad, left foot, just outside the 18, gives it up, takes it right back, looking for the cross, and it's just wide, short side. We have lost one of the canopies. That was on the Cedars bench. That wind is howling and whistling and making everything creak. The Jaguar is going to elect to take down one of their tents as well. Flag is whipping around. You got to keep the ball flat here in this case. It's unfortunate because of the turf being so wet. It has that has an impact already on the ball and how fast it skids across. And we've seen a couple of those chances that on a normal day would probably be perfectly timed for the long ball to work. But on a day like today, we've seen a couple of miscalculations on what it takes to get it to a runner. And a couple of balls that are just too far out in front. Well, now, if you get it up into, at this point, if you get it above the crossbar, you don't know where it's going to go or how far it's going to go, whether it's going to be knocked down. Right now, it would be any Cedars ball going left to right would be pushed further. Any ball from the Jaguars would be pushed down and not go nearly as far. But more so, if you're trying to go like this left to right, that wind is blowing in from the visitor side, the far side of the field to the near side. So any cross from the right wing side. Wind going to knock it down. Have to be mindful of it. Under 10 to go. There's that cross back into the middle and sent all the way back out to the wing. Throw-in will stay with Cedars way down low. Another chance to cut the lead down to 1. They've already cut it down to 2. 2 unanswered goals for Cedars, and smart play by the keeper. Did he get a hand on it? Yeah, he did. Tried his best to not touch it. And just nicked it. So now that long ball had to put as much muscle behind it as it is. Header out. Bicycle to try and put it in, and then a foul is called. And a yellow card issued to one of the Cedars players. I don't think it was any of a heinous act or anything. It's more, I think, the verbal stuff that's happening that's leading into some of these yellow cards. When taking the ball in whatever direction it wants, you can't just have it rest. Holds long enough for the clear. Cedars. Quick touch. Jaguars take it away, but can't hang on to it, so another throw-in coming. All the canopies are coming down here as the wind continues to have an effect on them. Cedars Rapids, Cedars FC, trying to have that same effect of bringing this one down. Jaguars, though, have been able to clear. Throw in. Back through. Gaps close so quickly when you have the bus parked back in a defensive alignment. Kept in. No, it went over the touchline. Another throw in for Cedars. Approaching 5 minutes left. They didn't get a goal in the second segment, so it will take a big push in the final 5. Another one off. They're going to call a foul. It was the assistant referee who twirled the flag, signaling for the foul. And that will lead to a free kick for Cedars FC. Four minutes left in the contest, barring what extra time the official puts on. We had about 4 or 5 minutes in the first half due to some injuries. Haven't had a whole lot of stoppages here in the second half. That one rolls through, untouched and unfazed is the new keeper after giving up the first shot goal. He settled in and made a couple of nifty grabs. Side punt to keep it level and not let it get up in the air. Hangs on to it again. Can't pick it up. Came from his own guy. There's the pressure. Aggressive attack, trying to get anything they can. You can hear some of the guys counting. And there's the foul called. Wrapped around the guy. Couldn't get back to it comfortably. 6th foul of the game on Cedars. And more poorly timed foul, if anything. Just over 2:30 left. Offside. Cedars got to kill some time, sending it all the way back to where where the offside took place. They'll actually let them restart it from about 10 yards in front of where the offside was. Pace slows. Time not on their side. Down by 2. They're trying to whip it all the way over to the right flank. Quick touch back in. Just on the numbers, and there was a little bit more of an aggressive leap than what was needed into the defender, and that's what gets called. And the referee will split everybody up. Under 2 to go here. From Fordson High School of our full 90. Header down. Foul on the backside. Moved him back into where he was supposed to be. Little gamesman even more than it had in the first half. And it just doesn't feel like the time will be there. Under 45 on the clock. Trailing by 2. 3 goals in the first half for the Michigan Jaguars. Added 1 to make it 4-0 in the second half, and then a minute later, Cedars FC answered, and then they wouldn't answer again until about 15 minutes later. That was the last goal we have seen in this game. Score holds at 4-2. The 90 minutes will expire. How much extra time do they have? Long ball up. Mazarek comes way out to play it. Timer's at 0. We're in extra time. How much? Yet to be determined. Now we're just on the shoulders of the blue shirt in the middle of the field. Cedars cannot let the Jaguars maintain, or that could lead to that whistle. This is where you have to be, keeping the pressure on, because if they have a chance, they're not going to see that final whistle blow. Jaguars will hang on to it. Crossover midfield. Lost it for a second, hang on to it, and stall for a moment, get through a couple of defenders. What a dribble to get through. Jaguars heading in. They'll pull up and stop. Get tripped up, and a foul called. So a free kick here from just outside the 18. After the foul and some impressive moves from the Jaguars attack. 3-man wall. Lefty will take it. It's right to Mazarek. He hangs on to it. Run it all the way out, punt it away. He's got the wind to his back. A nice thing to have here today. Dark clouds rolling in from the Detroit skyline. Back into the middle. Cedars launches it to midfield. Jaguars there. To the side. Jaguars hang on. Cross into the center circle. No reason to do much more with it than just hang on to possession, and foul called. 9th foul on Cedars FC today. Cedars got it back. It's with Mazarek. An extra time here between the Jaguars and Cedars FC from Fordson High School. Second home game of the year for Cedars. Everything holds. They will fall to 2-2 in MWPL play. The Jaguars will keep their undefeated streak alive through the first 4 games. They'll improve to 2-0-2. Those ties coming to the MDA Lions 2-2. Futsal, they tied 1-1, and then they beat Oakland County FC 2-0. They'll get a nice victory today at a 2+2 margin. We're 4 minutes into extra time. Header out. Cedars still has possession as the trailing team. It'll end up being a 100-minute long game based on the extra time that was added into the first half and now here in the final half. Clear, and they kept possession, so there is the final whistle. And that will put a bow on our Wednesday night. Michigan Jaguars FC get the win 4-2 over Cedars FC. They improve to 2-0-2 in the Midwest Premier League. Cedars falls to 2-2. Cedars is back in action here from Fordson High School on We Are Soccer. On Saturday, they will welcome in Futsal Academy. That game will be at 7 o'clock here on We Are Soccer. The next game for the Michigan Jaguars, they'll travel up to Pontiac to face FC Pontiac on Friday night. 4-2 the final score. A couple of great goals for each team and a second half comeback that was mounted up short for our entire crew battling the elements. Will, Ed, and John, our producer. I'm Matt Kibbe, signing off. We'll see you next time here on We Are Soccer.
Dearborn, Detroit, Canton, Dearborn, Dearborn Heights. Everything you need. You can shop online at papayaexpress.com.
Hi, Brooks. We're at our favorite store, Soccer World in Rochester. We're just gonna do some light shopping. Nothing big. Ooh, pretty colors. Oh, and one of these too?
Ooh, Germany. Nate would like this.
Hey, Brooks, look at all these. Look what I got.
South America. Ooh. Wow, that's not MLS. Cool.
Socks? No.
Ooh, a ball pump.
Next in line.
Sir, you're next.
Right. That's a mannequin. You know that.
Huh?
It's a mannequin.
Oh. Sorry, sir.
Doug, what are you doing? Nothing.
Tempo, yes, yes, drop out, good. Yes, touch play, right foot, yes. Scan, good. Touch in, play, drop your hip, right, yes, good scan. Yes. Jay, well done. Get side on touch. Play, see it, yes.
What? And I'm gonna give you one opportunity because we're friends.
Winner! Who gives a shit about where the Bulls pick?
Yeah, F him. They went from loving this guy, best move ever, to hating him.
I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
I love it because it tells you how the game was played.
There's nowhere for him to go. Literally, I think there's one place.
You can't do that in the national team. Do I look like I'm freaking kidding?
Those things that are absolutely insane.
Successful and sexy? No. It wasn't aggravating at times? Yes.
Sorry,
That's not very fair.
It's not about being fair.
Welcome to the greatest soccer show ever.